Good morning, students. Let us we talk about one of the important concept, that is biodiversity. Okay, so biodiversity See, the unit name is actually the diversity in the living world, and we are discussing about the chapter the living world. In that, what is living we discussed in previous video. So, defining characters of the living we discussed. So, now let us we discussed about the biodiversity. See, in introduction part already I have explained about the biodiversity, means it is a variety of organism, or also referred as species richness. What you call species richness. Species richness means here variety of species are found on this earth, which are existed on this earth. Okay, so that is called species richness. So all variety of organisms are together, we call it as a biodiversity. All variety of organisms means what here? So you can see, when you see around you people, so what you observe, the living things, so like plants you are going to observe, okay, and different variety of plants you are observing when you move in a ground. So you just try to observe the plants, very small plants, medium ranged plants, and very large plants also you can observe around us. Okay, so along with that, so many insects we are going to observe. Okay, so different variety of insects we are observing. Okay, either very minute or minute insects, and like moths. Okay, so little large insects. You can take an example of grasshoppers. Different variety of grasshoppers you are observing. No? So this is what when you start explaining regarding the insect, because it is a largest group in animal kingdom. Okay, so insecta, we can say insecta group is largest group, insecta we can say. So these species richness means either in plants or in case of animals. Okay, so any organism you take, you may take. Okay, so there are variety are there. Okay, variety of all organisms together we call it as a biodiversity. At present, how many organisms are discovered or identified or described, okay, which are explained by the biologist? See, about 1.7 to its a range. Okay, it's range between 1.7 to 1.8 million number of species were identified. Number of species. Okay, number of species were identified now. Okay, so even in rainforest we can say Malay Kadugalu, rainforest. So about 1500 means, so about 1500 new species, about 1500 new species are identified, which are identified in a rainforest. Rainforest we can say, rainforest. Okay, so even the whatever the species richness is there now, so 1.7 to 1.8 million number of species are we called, this is together we called biodiversity. Okay, so millions together organisms, how can we study? Even if you spend all our timing to study those things, it is not possible. So how to name these all? Okay, so there is a question arises, how to solve this problem by the biologist. That is one more very important term note here, that is nomenclature. What you call nomenclature. very important term, that is nomenclature. So for these millions together species are there, not individuals, species. Okay. So all organisms are studied and which are identified, and we can call them by unique name. So that is the scientific name we called. Okay. Later on we will discuss this. So usually what we are calling the local names, will you understand? Local name in our area, regional names are also called vernacular name. Here local name or vernacular name, local name or vernacular name. So for example, see in local language, okay, so what we called, for example, you can take example of cat. Okay. So what we call for cat in English, we call it as cat here. Okay. That's what the in Kannada bekku, okay, in Hindi billi. Like in different languages and in different areas, different names are given. That is what we call local name or vernacular name. We call it as differently. Okay. Then the international level, world throughout the world, how can we call it as? How can they identify it when we call it as bekku or in English like a cat? Okay. So that's why to avoid this confusion, so instead of local name, biologists gave a specific name or what we call the particular name for particular species. Understood? So here that is the naming organism by scientific way. Okay, naming, it's a nomenclature means here it's a naming process, it is naming of an organism by particular name, naming organism by particular name. That is particular name means here, so that may be nowadays, so we use the binomial nomenclature. Here nomenclature, it's a process, okay, process of naming an organism, okay, process of naming organism by particular name. Okay. So we call it as just naming. Okay. So now binomial nomenclature, let us we see the binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature. This was first time introduced by Carl Linnaeus. It was first time introduced by Carl Linnaeus. He was also called Carolus Linnaeus. Sometimes we use the term Carolus Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus is also, we regarded him as father of taxonomy, father of taxonomy, Carl Linnaeus, either Carolus or Carl Linnaeus, same meaning, okay, same terms, those are father of taxonomy. He is regarded as father of taxonomy, okay, because to avoid confusions, okay, for vernacular name or local name. So biologists gave some association, or they made some association, that is what we called ICBN, and one more is ICZN. These are the associations through which the names are given ICBN. International code for botanical nomenclature. International code for botanical nomenclature. And next one, international code for zoological nomenclature. International code for botanical nomenclature, the same way international code for zoological nomenclature. That is what ICBN and ICZN. Okay, these are the some organization, you can say, or association. By these association, they are going to give a particular name. They can describe the organism, newly identified organism. They will describe it in a scientific way, and they are going to give a name. So how they are giving name here? So that is what we call binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature means it's a, see, binomial nomenclature means it is a method of giving scientific name. It is a, say, it's a it is a method of naming organism by two words, It is a method of naming organism by two words, that is by first name, generic name, and second name, that is by specific name. Okay, so this is called the binomial nomenclature. Here what they are doing, it's a method. Okay, so they are giving two names. Okay, so this body, for example, if it is a plant, okay, ICBN members, the members who are there in the ICBN, all the taxonomists will be there. Okay, so usually one more association is there, so that is what we called the IAPT. What you called? IAPT. It's for your general knowledge, you remember. So IAPT means International Association. It's an international association for plant taxonomy. Which is established in Melbourne, okay, of Australia, and under this ICBN makes a code, okay, which gives a code, okay, that is international code for botanical nomenclature. So they will describe the organisms usually through that, means the taxonomist will describe the organisms, and as per these codes they will give the double name, that is called binomial nomenclature. Okay, so here there are two words are used. See, there are two words are used here. Two words, that is the generic name. First one is generic name and second one is specific name. See, for example, you can take the example of any plant. You can take one of the example. I will take here the mango. It is a vernacular name. Mango is the vernacular name, or what we call the local name. Mango is the local name. Even in different language, different terms, different names also there. Okay, as you know that here mango is identified and described. So, and they will give the name as a scientific name by the help of binomial nomenclature. There are two names they should give, that is Mangifera indica. Mangifera indica. So, this is what the Mangifera indica is, the two name. Okay, it is a scientific name, or even we call it as botanical name. This is called the botanical name. Botanical name, we can see it, botanical name, or even we call it as a scientific name. Scientific name or botanical. If it is a plant, we call it as botanical name according to ICBN, and by ICZN, International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. You can take the example man. You can take the example of man here. Here for man, what we give the scientific name? Homo sapien. So, this is the scientific name of man. Okay. So, even you can take the cat, Felis domestica. Felis domestica is the scientific name of cat. Okay, in this way. So, Pisum sativum. Okay, like you can take the example of pea plant, pea. So, commonly what we call pea plant, no? Pisum sativum. Pisum sativum is another name for that is example for a plant. Okay, so these are plants are named by according to International Code for Botanical Nomenclature, and according to this ICZN, they are named like this. So, these Mangifera indica, Pisum sativum, Homo sapien, Felis domestica, what we gave two names, no, here. So, that is what the first name is called generic name, second one is called specific epithet, or also called specific name, species name, specific epithet. Okay. So, this is a genus name, this is a specific name, so which are given as a two names. Okay. So, these names are also called zoological names. What is called? Zoological name. Okay. So, if it is for animal, we call it as zoological name. Even sometimes bacterial, so algae, fungi, they are giving differently. So, but in any organism, you can take it any organism, either it is a plant, animal, or any insect, whatever it is, microscopic or macroscopic, unicellular, multicellular, whatever. Okay. So, in that, so they should give the two names, that is called the binomial nomenclature. Hence, the name in that binomial means name, bi means two names are given during the nomenclature process. In this process, they are giving two names, hence it is called binomial nomenclature. Okay. So, here actually this by this name, so we can identify, biologists can identify throughout the world by this name only. Okay. Without any confusion, they can call it as Mangifera indica. Okay. So, Mangifera indica means it is a mango for in every country. Okay. Throughout the world, all over the world. So, the mango is called Mangifera indica. So, like in a Homo sapien, Felis domestica, even other examples also you can give. Okay. So, for tiger, tiger, Panthera tigris. Okay, so lion, Panthera leo. So like different names are there, okay, for different species. Okay, so now the rules, let us we discuss about the rules made by the ICBN or ICZ. Okay, so rules of binomial nomenclature, we can say there are some conditions or principles they should follow while writing the scientific names. Okay, so let us we see the rules while writing the scientific name, the universal rules, we can say. Universal rules, or can say principles to write the scientific name by binomial nomenclature. Okay, so first rule is it must contain, yes, it must consist of two names, that is generic name, first name is generic name, and second name is specific epithet, or also called specific name. Okay, so next for example, already what we gave the Mangifera indica, here Mangifera is the, yes, generic name and specific epithet is indica. Okay, specific epithet is indica. Okay, so second rule, you can take the second rule, so these two names, so when it begins, the Mangifera indica is written format is very important here. The second rule is first letter of scientific name or this botanical or zoological name must start with capital letter, and remaining all are remaining all letters are, all remaining letters are must be small letters. Okay, so this is the second condition or the criteria or the rule, we can say either criteria, rule we can say, or the principle. See, first letter must be capital and second letter or all remaining letters must be small, second letters. Okay, so next third, see, so already I have written here, you can see this one, and when it is written by hand, while writing, written by handwriting, if it is handwriting, the name should be when we are writing by hand. So how to write, that is also one more rule is there here. So that should be underlined separately, both names should be underlined separately. Already I have given, this is the one of the example, in all example even I have what I gave the examples, so every name was underlined. Okay, so that means here, so this should be separately underlined in this pattern, separately underlined, it should not be combined here. Okay, so separately underlined, that is when we are writing it by hand, handwriting. Understood? So if it is printed, etiolized letter font, we can say etiolized, because these are the origin of italic. Okay, so italic language is expressed here, so etiolized letter should be written. Okay, etiolized means somewhat they are landing. Okay, like in this pattern, Mangifera, Indica, they are sliding, like in this pattern also can write. Okay, this is what the another rule. And the fourth rule is, so who is giving this name? That means author. Here we can give the name author. So when we know the author, if you want to mention here along with this one, so it will be abbreviation of the author name. For example, Mangifera indica was authored by Lin. What you call Lin? Lin means here it indicates that linine was discovered. This one linine. Okay, so Mangifera indica, this is the author name. It should be written after indica or specific name. Okay, that is the fourth rule. Okay, so in this way, so we should write the scientific name. While you also pointing the notes, if it is a scientific name, you should make it underline separately, and the first generic name, it begins with a capital letter, and specific name is always begins with small letter, and you should remember first letter, except first letter, remaining all should be small letters, second letters. Understood? So these are the rules of binomial nomenclature. Binomial, the rules may be asked in examination. Okay, so and once again I will repeat this see, the binomial nomenclature means it is a method of naming naming organism by two words, that is by the generic name and specific name. Okay, generic name, what you call generic name, genus name it is. So here Mangifera is genus name, and specific means here specific epithet, what we call indica is the specific name. Okay, so rules are here. You remember who gave this first time? That is Carl Linnaeus or Carolus Linnaeus. Okay, so hence he is also regarded as father of taxonomy. Okay, and taxonomy again we are going to discuss in next video. Okay, about taxonomy. You remember the rules or criteria or the principles of binomial nomenclature are here. So it should be, the scientific name must contain two names. Okay, generic name and specific name. Next, the first letter should always starts with capital, and remaining all should be small. And if it is handwritten, that should be written underlined separately, that should be underlined separately. If it is printed, it should be etiolized, what you call italic font should be used. And if author name is there, so we should abbreviate after the specific name, abbreviation should be written. Okay, so these are all the rules, criteria are there for the binomial nomenclature. Okay, so this binomial system of naming nomenclature, what you call, so it will avoid the confusion of vernacular names. Okay, so next taxonomical hierarchy we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.